Okay. So
Here's again.
it's 5/28/2024. Just a small update in terms of like what we're gonna be doing this next week specifically. Um, Basically, the main thing is that we are kind of gonna be extending the first sprint for one more week, because I know a lot of people have been in vacation. Some people, our schedules have been a little bit different depending on whoever's in and out. So I just think, especially with the goals that we have on the ClickUp, it's gonna be a good idea to just extend that for one more week, before we kind of move over to like a different objective. So yeah, I have. If you guys can join my live, I'm gonna kind of go over what we're gonna do. Um, well, actually, I think
Yeah.
it might be a better idea to kind of look at where we're at right now and then look at what we're gonna do. So first of all, just kind of going over the stuff that we have been working on. First on the artist, Chandler has shown his model that has been working. We've basically been working on an art style test just to make sure that we're always like all of us are kind of like going through the same
Yeah, I wish he posted his
techniques.
textures. I need some
Yeah,
advice.
he told me that he was gonna do it, but he's on the road right now, so that might be why he hasn't done it
Shit.
yet. But yeah, this is kind of like a model that he was working on. Looks great, just lower
Yeah.
poly and stuff like that.
It's very nice. I need to
Um,
see how he does the shading and stuff.
Yeah, I have. Oh, also I have. We can talk about Tori then. This is just like the art style inspiration. This is some stuff that Bell has been doing, which looks amazing for like the character dialogue and stuff like that in the 2D. And Rylan, yeah, you've been working on your model as well. I
Dude,
think this looks great, honestly.
Nice.
yeah, I like it too.
I do have the textures updated now. It's basically done with what I would say has
Mm,
done at least.
So, the only thing that I want to say about that model is how are multiple lockers gonna connect together?
Oh, this is gonna be like a Japanese locker basically. So it's gonna be like the lockers like they're gonna be like blockades in the middle effectively. So they'll be standalone units.
mm.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Yeah, so they won't be like touching each other between the models.
Yeah, I was gonna also
Um,
make a backside, but then I realized that I can't
yeah,
shade it
we
right.
don't. Yeah, we
Like I was
don't
gonna make
really
it so you could
need
rotate it,
backside.
but
Yeah.
that's not gonna work.
So here, that's what Rylan has. Yeah, we're still waiting on Chandler, so
Oh,
I'll text him just to make sure that he can post it. He'll probably post it when he gets home, because he's like on the road. But Tori just sent me what she did with her textures, and they look also really great.
Oh yeah, that
They
looks
kind of
great.
remind me of like a Minecraft mod a little bit, honestly.
You know, I
Yeah.
love
Um,
the little shading bits at the top.
yeah, I will say that the way that I was kind of directing them was mostly
color
going for
contrast.
like kind of like a two-layer shading closer to what Rylan has been doing. So I did tell her that. But other than that, like in terms of like the lighting and stuff like that, like it looks great. I mean, I
Okay.
think this is gonna blend right in. Because yeah, the way that I was kind of going about it was talking about you see like for example in this screenshot it's very much like a two-layer shading or like three layers in terms of
Yeah.
it's very very stark the difference between the shadow and the regular model. So something closer to this or like yeah well like Chandler has I'm sorry Rylan has been doing
Okay.
with like over here it's definitely what we're looking for. But that's still a great start. That's why we're doing the test, right?
Yeah. All
um
right.
Also,
So
there's we can fuck around with the lighting for a
Fuck
while
around
and
and
like
find
make
out.
models look. Yeah.
yeah
Yeah.
well the way that we're going about it is that we're gonna do pre it's gonna be pre-baked lighting. Like the models are gonna have the shadows on them already instead of
Yes.
having them like be real time. I mean, we can
Hmm.
we can toy around with like some shaders or like maybe like different effects on the screen and see how that looks
oh, I
the
cannot share
best.
my screen right now. Cool.
Because yeah, also oh yeah, well yeah, I know you guys were talking about it. Basically, the way that we're gonna be do shadows is gonna be like it's literally gonna be like a 2D sprite below the 3D model, and
Perfect.
yeah, and then you guys as the designers when you're placing it down or maybe when Chandler places it down, he
Mhm.
can kind of like um, warp them and stuff like that just to kind of fit the model.
Okay.
So that way we don't have to deal about like pixelizing like an actual lighting or something like that. I feel like that's gonna go better with like the kind of like cartoon-ish aesthetic that we're going for. Um, so yeah, I mean, in terms of other stuff that we've been doing, I finished almost every single design. We're only missing the boss design, which is gonna be like we have the player character with the fist. Basic devil is gonna be like the grunt enemy of the game in the track and
Okay.
field specifically. This is gonna be like the charger heavy enemy, basically just a little bit bigger, darker colors. And this is gonna be like her name is gonna be Eve or Evangeline. But everybody's gonna be calling her Eve. She's gonna be like the guide character, like the Palutena to our pit, basically. Um,
Okay.
just like the whole
Oh,
main
I
design.
thought God was gonna be the Palatine at the.
No, 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 no. God is just gonna be a
That
little
would be
guy that
kind of
appears for a
hilarious,
little
though.
bit.
Oh, okay. Here, okay. Wait. I was brainstorming ideas for cutscenes. You know how Pit introduces himself to every single boss.
Okay. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Okay.
yeah, you know how he's really corny and phoned in here.
Mhm.
Are you watching my stream?
Oh, let me see. Oh my God, I remember this. Okay.
Medusa floating before me. It's time for you to atone for your crimes. I am Hades, servant of the goddess of light.
I don't
and
remember
you
that.
are victory.
He does it in like
It's
every single
so
fight.
good. Wait, is this not like Deku's voice actor? Speaking of, it sounds like him so much.
exactly like
I've-
Deku, and that's
I
why
lost
that's
that.
why you said
Medusa
cornball.
floating
I was just
before
like, do
me.
you mean
It's
like
time
think
for
it
you to
is.
atone
TikTok
for your
cringe?
crimes.
Carlos.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm thinking like the room before the boss fight. We have like a thing that launches the player through like a field goal into the like boss lane, whatever we make it.
Wait, what do you mean? Wait, say that one more time.
So like we have like the player get launched through a field goal into
Okay.
the boss lane, whatever we have it be.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, it could be like the heavy enemy kicks him into the arena or something like that. Yeah.
Dude, real quick, I'm
Yeah,
looking
it
at,
might not be. Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
at
Okay.
Zach's page on the IMDb. Chico
Baby, he's in
Libre.
Baby Shark.
Chico
He
Libre.
played
What?
somebody in Metal Gear Solid. Chico
Alright,
Libre.
let's
That's
focus
a
back on.
whack name.
Okay.
Let's focus back on topic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You want me
Anyway,
to talk about
um,
me looking at Luffy?
I'm stuck in a cutscene, and then I'll be able to share my screen.
yeah,
to
that's
show
fine.
you
Oh,
the
before that, we can
player
just go
photo.
on
So
the sign.
real quick, this is
Yep.
too much shading then, right? Because we're going for a two-tone or whatever.
Oh, let me see. Where?
I put it in sketches and ideas.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, my screen is freezing up when I was doing the thing.
nah, you're good. Wait, let me put my screen in regular mode because I have it in different colors. Yeah, maybe like a tiny, like maybe you can cut that to the lowest two levels, and that would be fine.
Okay.
Like the lowest two levels would be fine. Yeah, exactly.
Does the doors look fine with the second level of shading on them? Or is
Yeah, I
that-
think that's fine. Yeah, the
Right,
doors
sweet.
look
I really
fine
like
like
it.
that.
It's a nice touch.
If
Oh, I
anything,
actually I
with
really like that.
with the highlight, I would say, maybe just make it like, you know how highlights work on metal, which is like very like in the
Yeah,
like in the corners or something. I think
I
that would.
did a. Oh, I didn't do it on the doors. You're a good point. Yeah, I
Well,
did it on the gold, but only. Yeah, I should probably put it on the doors as well.
oh yeah, like in the top. I mean,
Oh,
maybe,
okay.
yeah.
Wait, I could actually do
Quick,
the
on that model
vents.
specifically, I think maybe you should have some shading on the gold on the left side because like it looks like
Mm,
a 2D kind of like image over top the 3D model. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's that much of a bad thing. I do like the model, but
No,
every
I
time
mean
look
it
at
basically
I
is at
don't
this
view
point
it
just
as, like,
because it's all
3D.
one color.
yeah.
I guess I did a little bit. Let me bump up my. Can I share my screen now? That would be
You should
cool.
be able to.
Let's hope. It froze last time, so.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So there is a bit of shading there, but it's subtle. This one. So what if we crank this up to just like straight up white? The problem is my
Yeah.
UVs are incredibly scuffed on these.
Okay.
Yeah, you see how this looks like this? I'm gonna like, ooh, uh-oh. That's like half
Yeah.
the pixels.
I
But luckily
see
it's the
that.
far one, so it's
Mm.
Well, think about how far away it's gonna be though.
yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this
you're right.
size.
You're barely gonna be able to notice it. Yeah.
Oh, so I should just make it white then,
Yeah.
and then like make it 3 pixels.
Too white. Too white.
Well, I think it'll be fine if I just like get rid of this. It's like the corner only now.
Here, I zoom out.
Something like that is
Oh,
probably
that's
good.
okay, it does
white.
kind of look. Maybe just tinge it yellow a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Something. Yeah. I think that's good. Something like that.
All right, sweet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think I can just go in like, oh, wrong button. It's so weird bouncing between hotkeys for brushes. Why are substances the number keys? Huh?
Yeah. When I use Substance Spanner, I just remember wanting to do very bad things. That program is very.
Wait, you didn't like Substance Painter? I love Substance
No, I
Painter. love
hated
working
it.
with
I hated it. I
textures.
hated it. I hated
I
it.
love textures.
Just mainly-
Substance Painter is one of those softwares you hate it until like a switch flips, and it's the best software ever.
It's like, yeah, it's like any game
I mean, the
design.
Switch never
Like, what do you
flipped.
call it? Like game.
I'm still really
engine.
bad at it, but it's
Yeah, I remember because I mean the first time that we tried it was for the knife on the modeling
Oh
class,
my
and
god, dude!
I
don't
had
even
such
remind
bad
me.
experience. Yeah, I know. That's why
Oh my
I kind of
God.
hate it. But it's fine. It's fine. I mean,
Dude, I don't know
I'm
why
not
they
doing
made
that
us
hard,
do
I'm
that
fine.
instead of the table.
oh, dude. Yeah,
My table looks so fire.
my table I didn't even
But
finish because I had an A
table is
already and I did
so
not care.
bad.
That's a
But
mood.
other than that, like yeah, I went crazy on the knife. But yeah,
My
yeah,
table
I like
is
it. I like it like that. Yeah, you can just leave like those two layers, and that's gonna be That should look good. Yeah, but overall, like it's looking really, really good.
Glad to hear it,
Um,
man. This is definitely one of those assets that looked
oh,
awful until it looked good.
nah, nah. I think it's. I saw the vision from the beginning. To be completely honest, it's fine.
I'm glad. I didn't know
Yeah.
if the wonk would work with the pixels.
Mm.
And I got rid of this line right so
Yeah,
you
I
point
think
too
it came
far.
out good, honestly. But yeah. So we can move on to the. So yeah, just talking about the sign real quick. Um, just to kind of like recap what we've been doing. We completed the GDD for the most part. The only thing that we are missing on the GDD is going to be the boss encounter because we would rather wait until we have a playable kind of at least like the systems of the players completely down before we go ahead and see how we can kind of subvert that with the boss basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, everything else is should be pretty much there in terms of like enemies, and also for important for the artists, it's gonna be the toys and the well yeah the toys mostly have like a small definition for them, especially on the looks. So we can start working on these as well this week. Um, yeah, that's it in terms of design. And then are you done with your thing, Susie? So we can go look at the engine or not yet?
It should be good enough now. There's just gonna be some noise in the background.
That's
You
fine.
should probably mute.
Yeah, I muted it. You're good. You're good.
Okay. Yeah. So I got the multi-directional working. I got
Yeah.
small boost dash, which could still be edited,
Mm-hmm.
and then which turns into a sprint later.
Susie, make sure to check up on the GDD for the
Okay.
moveset and stuff.
And then I have I don't have the attacks in because I don't have the animations. A lot of the animations are gonna be attacks are gonna be based on the montages to have our hitboxes working. But I do have set up for like charge punch mode,
Oh, nice.
and then
Hell yeah.
basic attack basic attack framework ready just to put in the montages that will cycle through a basic 3 combo.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
And also again, Susie, make sure to review the GDD because everything is described there.
Yeah, there's a few things that a little bit of like it's not necessarily that they change from what we talked about before, but they just kind of like are more defined, you know what I mean? So it might be slightly different than how we envisioned it, but other like it's pretty much all the same for the most part. There's just a few more details in terms of like God mode and stuff like that, but obviously like we're gonna be working on that like slowly, you know? So yeah, awesome. So we're doing really good on code as well, and then now that we're gonna have hopefully Jacob plug in, we're gonna be able to move ahead a little bit quicker. Also, just a little side note, my brother, he's also doing he's doing computer science, and he's taking a look at like I think we just invited him to the GitHub to see if he can help us out with like some other like more simpler stuff because he's just starting to do Unreal, but he's like very smart and very motivated. So he can probably help out with some of like the simpler stuff, maybe like the dialogue system or something like that.
Yeah, I just want to say my stuff because I'm probably gonna go after I do. So both Zach and I think have finished some of our sketching for right now, and probably would be both trying to get in engine and doing white box and all that.
Awesome.
I'll also be doing try to work on some UI and main menu stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll probably get you and Zach into a call to talk more about the boss room and boss before I sketch that out a bit because I've got 2 different ideas for that.
Gotcha.
And yeah.
So yeah, real quick. So since if you gotta go and stuff like that, so we can move on to like the stuff that we're gonna be doing next week. I'll start with design. So like I said, we are pretty much staying in sprint 1. I did have a list of other stuff that we had to do in sprint 1 that we didn't really get to because of the nature that it is working in a summer project. So basically for next week, in terms of design, we're gonna have the blockouts for the levels, for the sketches of the levels done. At least for the, like I said, it's the encounters that we talked about, right? Like the 7, 8 encounters in general, we're gonna have that blocked out, and then we can move on to kind of work more in terms of like the mechanics and stuff like that when that moves out farther. And also, just creating a sound list. I think you already got started on this, right, Zach, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll take a look at that, and we can finish that for next week as well. I'll change that due
I'll
date.
also ask take a look at that just to see if Zach missed anything.
Yeah. I'll take a look at it.
It's nowhere near. I literally just went into a document for 10 minutes and.
Well,
Yeah. It's fine. So I'll put in the blockouts and the menu implementation for next week. And next week we're definitely gonna have like a bigger meeting where we can actually like start talking about like the sprint 2 in terms of like moving forward to more of like a playable prototype.
Okay.
Other than like which has been kind of like finishing up the pre-production pretty much.
Mhm.
So yeah, that should be it for design. Now moving in terms of code. So we have all of this. So yeah, the combo architecture is pretty much done, right, Susie? Is what you're saying? At least with
I have the basic 3 combo. In terms of combo, I'll need to figure out a way to piece that together. I don't know. Combos are really hard to set up because of the different inputs you have to read. I'm gonna
Okay.
be working on that this week to get like if we want to do a full combo setup, or if we're just gonna have like different abilities that can be chained together
Right.
instead of strict combo like fighting game combos where you have to do a specific sequence.
No. So that should be in the it's in the GDD already. It's basically gonna be the 3-hit combo. It's gonna be like the only true combo that we have in terms of like hitting 3 buttons right next to each other. The other combos are gonna be what we talked about, where it's like it is gonna be a sequence of buttons, but it's only 2. So it would only be like dash and then punch, and dash and then jump or something like that or whatever, what we were talking about before.
Okay.
And they're in the GDD, but yeah. So
Like, please review the GDD.
Okay.
yeah. It's once you take a look at it,
Yeah.
you'll see kind of where we.
Yeah, if you really have any questions, let one of us know.
Mhm.
Alright,
Yeah,
I gotta go.
so-
If you need me, let me know.
Okay.
Yep.
But,
Awesome. So yeah, I mean it's gonna be basically what we had over here. So charge punch is very, I mean you got started on it and stuff like that. It's kind of hard to
Yeah.
tell when we're gonna finish on this because of the animation stuff. But at least for now, like this is just kind of like a reminder that we can be working on, just because we do have those dependencies on. So yeah, health and death and restart that you guys can work on, and maybe you can put like I think it's Toko Jacob on it, and yeah, for next week and stuff like that. We can see how we divide that. And finally, in terms of the artists, I already have here the different things that we're gonna be working on that can be for next week, or kind of like what you guys can get started on this week. So it's gonna be actually like stuff that's gonna be in the game. So for Tori, it's gonna be the first version of the model, so we can kind of get started on the animations. For you, Rylan, it's gonna be a school model. Now, I'm still, I might change this only because of the way that we're looking at the game. You won't really see the school a lot.
Yeah, it would only come up in a cutscene, and that was
I think if anything, you can get started on the on
could
some
start
of the
doing
toys
some.
or the
I could also do some
furniture.
whatchamacallit, tile map. No, what's the thing for the sci-fi walls we did in modeling 1? They're called
like
trim sheets.
Kit bashing?
like a trim sheet.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
trim
Oh,
sheets
okay.
if you want.
So that would be for like the floor and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, for the floor and for the walls.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that better actually. I'm gonna put down.
Oh wait, that means you have to do 2D again. No, that's fine.
Yeah. It would be basically, so it would be the trim sheet for
Oh,
the
such
track
is
and
the
field,
design
okay?
gaming.
So
Okay.
yeah, because we're
Oh,
gonna
good
be
point. Yeah, that'd be more important.
yeah, we're working on first the playable level. I just thought it was a little bit easier to kind of think about like the first level in terms of the props for the beginning for the test, but for the stuff that we're gonna be working on in playable, it's always gonna be for track and field first.
How do you want it to look, by the way? Is it gonna be like there's a giant track on the ground that you can kind of run around?
it
those,
would
like, black stuff,
mostly
or-
be and Zach, you can come in on this as well. I think it should mostly be like the track, right? Kind of like just the trim shape of the track, just going forward and forward. If you want, you can make also like a corner turn as well. So
what we have set up right now is the layouts are set up with just you running down a track, but beforehand you go to you're inside of the gym, and that's gonna be the tutorial area, like a basketball court.
Makes sense.
like an indoor basketball court, right?
Indoor basketball court.
Yeah, and then it would be like track and field.
Well, indoor basketball. Okay.
And then you go outside, and then.
Oh, I
you
better
run
do
down
some
the track.
research to make sure I know these. Make the floor assets not just be 4096 textures again.
Yeah. So yeah, and remember, so looking at the on my screen, Zach. So the running track would go like this, right? Like going diagonal.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter on the way that you do it, right, Rylan? Like you can just make it like straight line and then
Yeah.
just rotate it.
Are we
Okay.
doing concept art for the stuff or no? Just doing kind of winging it.
Not really. If you want, like
Okay.
you can work on some stuff and send it to me, and we can work on it. Like I can give you some feedback in terms of like how we wanna change it if you'd like.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, just so we can keep that vision. But yeah, I have a feeling it won't be like it's not gonna be that complicated to get to the shared vision, but it should be fine. So just send me what you work on at first, and we can work through it. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be that, and then it's gonna be so track and field props. I think I put a Chandler on this. Yep, and the toys and hazards one. I mean, I can probably, if depending on how quickly Chandler does the props, he can also get started on one of the toys and stuff like that. So I'm not really too worried about that. Um, and then it's gonna be in terms of the 2D artist, Sabrina. I'm still waiting on her test because she's in Spain and she's coming back this week. So she'll probably have that for next week. And then in terms of Belle, I would probably have her get started on some of the character portraits. So yeah, that should be it for the artists, the designers, and the coder. Like I said, it's not really that much of a big update, but it's just kind of we're gonna be doing one more week of this kind of sprint one, and then I want to see where you guys will be at, like the artists are gonna be, because I feel like um, depending on like how it goes, how you guys' availability goes and stuff, we might have to just keep working on the stuff that I put in today. But if anything, we can get started on coding and design in terms of like preparing stuff to get more that become more playable. Because that second sprint that's gonna start next week is gonna be all about getting that first playable version ready, which it would probably be maybe just like one a combat encounter, like to be completely honest, like some very rudimentary animations and some very like basic in terms of like the combos and stuff like that that you could do. And yeah, so that's kind of where we're at right now. We're doing good. Progress is a little bit slower than something like a class, obviously, because it's more like it's a summer project and stuff like that. But I think we're still in a good pace, especially when people start being in their house a little bit more. We'll be able to definitely like move a little bit quicker than before. But yeah, either way, we're still doing good progress for where we are, and we still got time. That's the good part about this is we have until August, so we still have like I think it's like 10 weeks left, so it's okay. We can still keep
We
working
still
on
got
this stuff.
time.
Yeah. So yeah, as long as let's just keep going in terms of like this stuff, and if anything, we'll see how the scope of the project changes depending on like how quickly we move through stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All that I had to say for this week. So yeah, thank you guys for coming, and I guess I'll see you next week. Should be around 5
Sounds like a plan.
next week.
Who DM'd you?
Is that one also gonna be 8, by the way, or is it gonna be 5 next time?
It should be 5. Should be 5.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, cause Chandler texted me for it to be at 8, but then he couldn't make it either. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
This
okay.
guy.
So yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Peace.
Boy.